it's me, Boo. And I am back with one of my favorites from the House of Opus Oils, and this one's called Mojo Number 3. This is incredible. This, I think, is going to be one of those kimchi fragrances. You either love it or you hate it. I am crazy over it. Now, Opus Oils is kind of an indie perfumer, much like CJ Scents or B. Paul, Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab, or Auric Blends, or Ombre Essence, or like that. They're a little more expensive. This bottle was like $65, and I think it's an ounce. But they will last you like crazy. This one, I will say for most of them, I thought they lasted better than what they do, but the best I've gotten out of them is about 8 hours. It usually ranges about 6 to 8 hours, and then they're pretty much gone. They don't have that funky last stink kind of dry down, which I'm really grateful for. They just kind of poof, they're gone, they're disappeared. In that regard, I do wish they lasted just slightly longer, but the projection and the sillage are incredible. So 6 to 8 hours, I'm cool with that. And for $65 for an ounce, I can totally go through bottle after bottle if I need to at that price. I will of this. I mean, you can't tell, but that thing was full, and I've used a lot of it already, and I've only had it like a week, and so, anyway, so Mojo for me, and it says it's Hollywood whiskey fragrance, and it is whiskey and tobacco and a little bit of smoke in there. It really reminds me of back in the day when I was a bartender and a DJ in clubs over in North Carolina. Of course, you could smoke in the bars and stuff, but we had this one guy that would smoke some really good pipes and really good pipe tobacco. I mean, expensive pipe tobacco. And this doesn't have that cherry smell or anything. Neither did his. But they have this very earthy, almost boozy kind of a tobacco smell, tobacco leaf smell. And then when they burn, it's almost like they're burning so thoroughly that there isn't a lot of smoke smell mixed in with the tobacco smell when it's burning. It's mostly that tobacco smell that you get. It's just like it's gotten just slightly smoky, but it stays pretty true to the leaf smell. That's what this reminds me of. Did that make any sense? Is that really, it's one of the things I loved about smelling really, really expensive tobacco is it burns differently. It burns cleaner to where it's not that heavy like cigarettes. It's mostly carcinogens, and there's not a lot of tobacco left in there. And so that's the smoke that you smell. But a really good pipe tobacco, you get the cherries and the fruits and the florals or whatever is mixed in with that tobacco. And when it burns, you don't even notice the smoke. It just enhances the smell of the tobacco. That's what this is. I mean, it's like sipping on some really good whiskey. I was never a whiskey drinker, so I couldn't give you any names other than Jack Daniels. Some really good whiskeys. I was a tequila drinker. And it's true, tequila makes your clothes fall off. That's why I don't drink tequila anymore. Whew! Anyway, but I do remember in my bartending days the smell of some really good whiskeys, and that's what this reminds me of, is whiskey and tobacco, really good high quality tobacco being burned, and perfect for, now see, this is one I think is going to be another kimchi fragrance. You're going to love it or you hate it. I think a lot of women are going to be super intimidated by this because it is heavy whiskey tobacco smell. I think that this is probably a little more on the masculine side of unisex, but I would definitely encourage women to put your nose on it. Even if you don't like it, you might like it for your guy, because this is a sexy ass fragrance. No, I haven't tried it on my honey yet. I am going to try it on him. He'll probably think I started drinking again, because and smoking, and I don't do either. So, but that's what he'll probably think. Because at first it's really boozy, smoky, but when it dries down, it it because at first the notes are kind of separate, and you can definitely smell that. But then it kind of all melds together in the dry down, and it just becomes a slightly sweet, smoky, boozy kind of a smell. And you don't smell like an alcoholic. You do a little bit the first half an hour, but after that, you stop smelling like an alcoholic, a heavy smoking alcoholic, and it just becomes this wonderful, fabulous fragrance that is much easier for women to wear after the dry down. Completely recommend it. But let me tell you what's in it. So, oh, it's not much. It's, well, I guess it's more than I thought. Top notes are Limnophylla aromatica, which is a type of grass, whiskey, saffron, cognac, and rice flour. Middle notes are tobacco, honey, rose, violet, and dark chocolate. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. You definitely get some dark chocolate. I should have said that. And I think that's part of the reason why it when it dries down, it gets slightly sweeter, and it just richens up and stuff, is because of that dark chocolate. I totally get that now that they said, now that I've read that. You do get some dark chocolate in there. And base notes are amber, vanilla, tobacco, musk, moss, and woody notes. And in the dry down, a little bit of the wood comes through. I don't get much musk or moss. More of the tobacco, of course. It stays, the tobacco and the whiskey do stay pretty true throughout the whole thing. But when it does dry down, the amber and vanilla and that dark chocolate, they do come through. And I think some of the honey comes through too. I don't get a lot of rose or violet. Not much in the way of floral at all. And I've been wearing this for almost every day for a week now. Oh, man, that's good stuff. So in my opinion, it's not, if you're kind of freaky like I am about florals, don't worry about it. You don't get any of that. It's a total nightclub, I think, kind of a scent. I think it'd be really good for going out. I wouldn't wear it to work for obvious reasons. Not unless you carry the bottle with you so you can prove to your boss that you're not drinking on the job. And I wouldn't wear it to work out, but I would totally wear it to go out for almost any occasion other than some kind of work, business related event. I think men and women can totally pull it off. It is a little more masculine, but gosh, come on. Grow a set, ladies. Take a risk. Take a chance. Get into some of these fragrances that are most women wouldn't even put their nose on, let alone try wearing. I tell you, I've done some serious olfactory education to the people in my surrounding areas. That's for damn sure. Because, they're like, oh, you smell really good, and that's weird because I don't know what you're wearing, but it's like nothing I've smelled before, but I like it, and like I've told you before, my ladies at work, I've ruined them for Victoria's Secret and Britney Spears anymore. They can't do it. I mean, I think that I'm going to have to supply their fragrances from now on, because they are just going to go crazy if they have to go back to that kind of way of life. So anyway, that is Mojo by Opus Oils, Mojo number 3. Really highly recommend you getting your nose on it. Prices are awesome for Opus Oils. A little more expensive than some of the indie fragrances, but they're so good, and there's so many to choose from. And it's such a fun line too. And so anyway, y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, peace.